One fan base, one city, one team brings us all together. The Cleveland Browns. If you're a Browns fan, this podcast is for you. Welcome to Down with the Browns.
Oh, crap. Welcome back to another episode of Down with the Browns, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Where did all the screens come from?
Exactly. We've got a full house with a brand new addition to the team, Blake McCoy. Big round of applause for him.
What up, Blake?
Welcome, Blake.
Thanks for having me.
And his
And
immaculate collection.
Facts. And we've got the greatest podcaster of all time, Max Loeb's League.
I don't know about all
Max.
that.
2K
plus
greatest.
subscribers on YouTube, 20K followers on Instagram.
Holy
Loeb's League
cow.
at Loeb's. Max Loeb, baby.
Can we put Max in the middle, please? Can I get out of the middle spot?
Yeah, we're here. All attention.
I don't know.
There we go. There we go. Now we're talking.
A lot of
Now we're
worship being in the
talking.
middle. But I appreciate you guys having me on. Very excited to talk with you guys.
Dude, we're hot. We are hot. And, there's been a lot of speculation around the world about this. I sent this in the group chat, but it got leaked all over all social medias that we're going to be talking about our Browns Mount Rushmore, who we're going to put on that. So, has anybody got a volunteer that's going to do this, or am I going to start this bad boy?
You might as well start, dude.
You got to.
Right.
You have to start. You have to start.
Oh, okay.
I vote for Jake.
Oh, Jake from Stat
I'm just
Farm.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
This is gonna be a really stupid question, but there's 4, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for all the listeners and viewers out there that
Yeah.
think there's like 5 on Rouse. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, oh, +1. It's got to be 4. So go ahead.
Yeah.
So let's start it up for Cleveland Browns, right? Or Cleveland Sports.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns. Okay.
Any position,
Browns.
just Browns players.
All right.
Browns
No coaches or anything.
No, just players.
Okay. All right. Just players. All right.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so-
Sounds good. Let's start it up.
Right off the rip, Jim Brown, first guy on there.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
This one may
That's
be
number one?
argumentative. Yeah, that's number one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Next guy, my generation, not a lot of guys give him credit, and his name isn't thrown up a lot, but I'm going to say Otto Graham. 7 championships. The dude was a dog. Dude was Tom Brady before Tom Brady. Went out there, had a cracked jaw, still won a championship. So, next one, Joe Thomas, the first offensive lineman of all time. You got to throw him up there. The fourth one's kind of tricky because I wanted to bring in a new age guy. I wanted to say like a Myles Garrett, but I think Clay Matthews, one of the first guys, was dominant back in the day. So I'm going to have to throw Clay Matthews up there. So that's
So say your 4 again.
So Jim Brown, Otto Graham, Joe Thomas, and Clay Matthews.
I think you forgot Brandon Whedon.
Oh.
Hey, whoa. We can't be putting that great of a talent up there. It's like putting Johnny Football up there. We can't be doing that. It's not fair.
Can't put Johnny Football. Shout out to Johnny Manziel, bro, putting his heart out on the line.
Yeah, no kidding.
Something about that couch that makes you tell the truth. But we're definitely gonna have some conversations about that 4 because I know we're gonna hear a lot of different answers. But Jake, definitely go second. Go ahead, Jake. Who's your 4 on the Mount Rushmore?
Christian already stole my first 2.
Right.
Jim Brown, Otto Graham. I would actually go Bernie Kosar on that one. And
Bernie Kosar.
yeah, I would go Bernie because of the 2
Explain.
AFC championships. Actually, 3 out of 4. So give me him.
Solid.
You could argue Joe Thomas, of course, because he's in the Ring of Honor. I don't know that Myles Garrett is there yet.
Defensive player of the year.
Yet.
Deep boy.
Exactly.
Now, in due time, yes. The only one that I would change from what Christian had would be Clay Matthews. I would take that off and replace it with Bernie. Other than that, give me Jim Brown, Otto Graham, Bernie Kosar, Joe Thomas.
Okay, solid.
Yep.
All right.
Who's next?
Let's hear yours, Dave. Let's go, big dog.
You
Come on,
want me to
D.
go? Man.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Listen, anybody over 40 should be like at least middle of the list or lower, but I'll go. Those are great players you guys both picked. Number one on the Mount Rushmore, beyond the shadow of a doubt, no other option. Number one, how can you not put Nick Chubb on Mount Rushmore? So Nick Chubb is one of the greatest running backs of all time. I'm 50 years old. I've seen running backs like Eric Dickerson, Barry Sanders. I've seen Walter Payton. I've seen him with my own eyes. Nick Chubb is one of the greatest running backs of all time. Number one on my list on that. I would go number two, Otto Graham. 7 straight AFC championship games or championships, whatever he did. In that time, in that era, where it was basically 3 yards in a pile of dust running the ball. Otto Graham will be number two. Myles Garrett, in my opinion, has earned the right to be on that list. We haven't had an impact player or difference maker at those edges on the Browns teams ever that impacts a game like he does. And then my fourth player is crazy. But for me personally, on that Mount Rushmore, what is there a requirement? They have to play 4 or 5 years? What do you think?
1 game.
So me personally, dude, I love Jarvis Landry, and I know there's no stats there to support this, and there's no other things to support it. But you know what? It's my Mount Rushmore. I have to look at it every day, and I'm throwing Jarvis up there
over JG. Over the Flash.
The Flash it was the best receiver in football for 2 years. I do not take anything away from Flash.
So wait,
that's my Mount Rushmore.
Wait, you got to go over Jarvis Landry again. So why Jarvis Landry?
Dude, Jarvis to me
is it because that locker room speech on Hard Knocks?
Yeah, it's not. Listen, it has nothing to do with Hard Knocks. A little bit is why Jarvis was brought here in some of the toughest situations possible, and he was like the only thing we had to grasp onto as to what a professional and a Browns player should be. There was 52 other guys that weren't on the same page as Jarvis Landry. So to me, he impacted those shitty years to where we all wanted to throw ourselves off the bridge. He was the shining light that allowed me to at least focus on something that was good. So that's all. That's why I throw Jarvis up.
Fair enough.
Drew said Jarvis gave Dave some crayons. It's that simple.
I did win his helmet from the season ticket holder thing. That's why I got
that's what it is.
The season tickets.
Hey, I thought this was a judge-free zone.
We did not even say that. We're not Planet Fitness. I'm judging. Okay, I gotta. If I hear something I don't like, I gotta judge it. And you know who I know I'm gonna hear something I don't like from? Zach's gonna say somebody on this list. That's so nasty and so egregious. He's gonna say something so ferocious. It's gonna be something.
I'm probably the only one that did not prepare for this, but I'm gonna just go with
off the dome is gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna just go with 4 guys that no one has said yet. All right, we're gonna play that game because I think there are. You could argue that there are these people. Well, I will give you one. Myles Garrett is definitely on that list, and it's not even close. So that is my number one for sure. And my number 2 is going to be Joe Thomas. Those 2 are you can't take them off now. If we are living in the years where, on the off season, half of the team is accountants in the 60s, we can throw Jim Brown and we can throw Otto Graham, people like that, and all those things. That's fine. I'm going to go with some guys that I think myself I have seen and I enjoyed watching. Ernest Biner. I don't care about the fumble. I don't care about any of those those things. He was a damn good running back, and he was super, super, super important for this team.
Ernest Biner. Are you over 40, Zachary?
No, but I used to watch it with my dad all the time.
Yeah.
We used to watch all those different types of things, like all the highlights and stuff like that. I mean, that's just my personal thing.
Yeah.
And then this last one, you guys can go ahead and throw for a loop. I don't really care. But
Can't be any worse than you guys smacked me about Jarvis.
No, ain't no way.
Honestly,
Listen,
hold on. The Jarvis Landry that was interesting, but I understand where you're
for it, and it's
no,
not.
No, you want to know something? I get where you're coming from because I'm going to go the exact same kind of route. I gotta give myself
True.
Denzel Ward. I think Denzel Ward is
Bro.
one of the best corners we've ever had on this team. I know you can go Webster Slaughter, yes, you can go all those dudes in the 80s. I think Denzel Ward, when it's all said and done, is going to be easily Mount Rushmore.
Wait a minute, he's better.
No one can be on your. You cannot be on the Mount Rushmore if you haven't played more than 10 games in a Browns uniform. How many games has Denzel Ward played?
More than 10 games.
Wait,
are you kidding me?
Hasn't he
kidding me?
Wait, Denzel Ward's been in the league for 6 seasons now?
Somebody look up how many games. Has he played more than 10? Can he even be on the Whoa. Tripping over a flea in practice. He's tripping over fleas in practice, hurting his wrist. COVID. He has COVID still in 2024.
We just kissed any chances of Denzel Ward coming on this podcast.
He's gonna have to talk to me. He's gonna have to talk to me. I apologize, Max. I apologize, Max. Listen, I can't. He's gonna have to talk to me. He's gonna have to talk to me.
No, here's the thing: is he said Jim Brown was an accountant, and then put
No.
I
did not say that. I said that people
accountants like Jim Brown and all that.
No, people they were playing against in the offseason were accountants. It's like saying Bill Russell's your favorite player of all time. That guy is
that's actually
what is who? If you ever seen the highlights of Bill Russell going up against these Jerry West, they're running around like, come on, dude. You can't tell me that Bill Russell's better than someone like Kyrie Irving or like Kyrie Irving and like guys like hell, dude. Shaq's running circles around those guys. I understand the whole, we got to respect. And there's a ton of respect for those guys because they paved the way. But there is no way you give Jim Brown in his prime the football, the amount of times he plays, and let him run into these guys that are faster, bigger, stronger, just destroying him every single time. He ain't doing what he was doing. There's just no way. There's no way. And you will not be able to convince me otherwise. It's not going to
go for most sports, though. Those old guys would get
right. That's my point.
No. Okay. But you're saying that. Okay, let's say he got raised and he's playing in today's game. That means he could have trained in today's facility.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, he can't.
So
Johnny
Manziel
had
Chubb on crack. He'd have been in there.
Johnny Manziel had the facilities.
Johnny Manziel was partying with Aubrey Drake Graham back in the day, bro. Scheming up. Come on. I mean,
who's to say Jim Brown ain't doing that?
Listen.
There's more
Jim Brown would have been in movies.
MC just said it, man. Jim Brown would be bigger, faster, and stronger.
I'm not saying that Jim Brown isn't a Mount Rushmore guy.
I'm not tolerating Jim Brown slander in any form, fashion.
All right.
It's not happening.
Blake said, "I'm out. Done. I'm done."
Blake's got to get the Jim Brown. Blake's got to get.
This man is the greatest running back of all time, boys. All time.
I don't know about all.
With that, Blake, go ahead. Blake's gonna give his
number one. Jim Brown. It's pretty obvious, boys.
Yes.
Chubb's average 0.3 yards per carry more than he has, but whatever.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Number 2, Nick Chubb. Okay.
I'll take number 2 for
He's
Chubb.
almost there. If he can come back this season, he's going to be number 1 if he just goes crazy this season. I think.
Oh, that's big, Blake. That's big. He just said that. Chubb making a run at the GOAT.
Number 3, Joe Thomas. Dude, he's arguably one of the greatest tackles of all time.
Yep.
Come on. Yep. I'm going to be short and simple, dude. It's too easy. And number 4 is Myles Garrett. Sack leader. Just won his freaking DPOI. He's going to win more. He literally runs our team. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I got. No arguments.
You cannot.
I don't have any quarrels. I don't have any quarrels with that, Blake. I don't have any quarrels with that. Max, I gotta hear what Max is gonna.
I'm hot.
We're waiting. Go ahead. What you got?
I got a question for you guys.
Let's hear it.
I can make 2 Mount Rushmores. I could talk about the historical impact. I could talk about the players I think are the most.
That's what
talented.
we should have done.
Which one? Yeah. Which one do you want?
I want
a cart full. I want my cart. I want it all. I want my cart at Dollar Tree. I want it all. I want a Rushmore with everything on it, taking everything in consideration. Max, you tell me the four. That's what I'm saying. Because if you split it up, Max,
yeah,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Give me everything you have into one full package, all the toppings on the ice cream. Tell me what you got.
Okay,
it can't be worse than mine.
I think. Well,
I don't think yours was that bad.
Joe Thomas absolutely has to be on it, right? Best ability is availability. One of the best tackles of all time. Like, to me, no brainer there. I also kind of think Myles Garrett is a no brainer. I'm not gonna lie, just the pure raw athletic ability, how good he is in the run game, how good he is in the pass game. Obviously, defensive player of the year, like we just talked about. Like, to me, that's a guy that you look at and you're like, this player can win a game single-handedly. It's hard to do in football, but he's one of the few players in the world that can do it. Oh, man, I think my last 2, I'll go one historical, one just pure talent. Historical, you got to put Jim Brown on. I think you have to. It's one of the greatest Browns of all time, if not the greatest Brown of all time. Like, you need to put him on. You need to respect it. My last one, I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this because it's tough because most of the production wasn't in a Browns uniform. Does that still count? Can I still put him on the list?
Absolutely. You're the guest, Max. You can do whatever you want.
That counts, but I'm interested in who you're going to say.
I'm going to say Odell Beckham Jr.
I love Odell.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. In terms of pure talent, I think one of the most talented players to ever put on a Browns uniform, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rewind.
I mean,
you're the guest.
I agree.
So you're just going off of talent for Odell?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
is it the double sleeves? Is it the Joker gloves? Is it what? Is it what? So
it's got to be the cleats.
Got to be the cleats.
I think. When he was on the Browns, like I said, there's a lot that went wrong. Obviously, he has his blame. Baker, everybody. There's a lot that went wrong there.
Right.
I just think you go the eye test. Yes. Yeah. That too. The eye test, you go watch somebody play, you watch how often they dominate the person across from them. Like, in terms of how they've done in their NFL career, I think about players who have put on the Browns uniform. I don't think there's many who have been more dominant, at least for a stretch of time, than Odell was.
Okay. I understand the logic there. It's like saying Ring of Honor for like the Washington Wizards when you add Jordan on there, right? Like you add Jordan. Exactly. So I see what you're doing. I see what the Magic retiring Shaq's jersey when he was there for 12 games. But look, okay. I'm gonna say my top 4 right now, and I'm not gonna even remotely put Myles Garrett on there. Number 1, why? Because you can't say Myles Garrett without saying Thomas Jefferson Watt. You want to know what Myles Garrett and Casper the Ghost have in common and Bigfoot have in common? You haven't seen him in big games. Show me where you've seen Myles Garrett in big games. He sacks. We can talk about it. We gotta talk about it because listen to the sound of my voice in this nice mic. I got it for Chris. You're gonna hear what I have to say. You think about your heart right now as a Browns fan. How many times have you said, Myles Garrett, please show up? Please, Myles, do something for me on this drive. But you see him show up indoors. Indoors versus teams that we don't even care about. Thursday night football on Halloween, you saw him show up at Joe Burrow. We were happy about that. We were happy about that for 5 seconds. But when the playoffs came, Zach, show me where he was. Did you see his jersey number out there during the playoffs?
I get what you're saying, but let me just put it this way, okay? If you're going to go down, I get what you're saying by the eye test. By the eye test, yeah, he does. Where's he been? I get it. But if you go look at it through like an advanced analytics aspect to it,
the pressures.
Hold on. He is double teamed more than anybody else. The closest one to him is Micah Parsons. Okay, TJ Watt is double teamed far less than
half as much.
And I understand, but I need a gap.
Hold on.
I need a gap, though.
Here's the difference, and I'm telling you, here's the difference. The difference is TJ Watt and a lot of these other edge rushers have played alongside other good edge rushers. Bud Dupree. I mean, listen, Highsmith's no slouch either. You got Cam Hayward on the inside for pretty much his whole damn career. You've had James Harrison playing behind him, Devin Bush for that 1 or 2 seasons where he was really, really, really solid. You have guys, and they play. I mean, hell, Larry Ogunjobi was playing in there. If they're creating pressure in multiple ways,
it's nasty work to Larry Ogunjobi.
TJ Watt is a cleanup artist. But I don't care about the sacks and everything. Oh. Are you impacting the game through a pressure aspect of it? And Myles Garrett 100% does. He's no one even comes close to the production that he has. The amount of calls that this guy does not get. It's unbelievable. And the fact that he still can get anywhere from averaging 15 to 16 sacks a year. Yeah. With all of the stuff that he is double teamed, triple teamed, they chop him off the side, they're hip blocking him. The guy
can't drive a Porsche.
But his stat line versus the Texas in the playoffs looked like a NASCAR track. It was a big zero, bro. It was a big
Hold up.
Where's Darius Smith?
See, all right, hear me out. So your point with the TJ Myles Garrett argument. Dave said this on the pod a few weeks ago, and I think this is the best way for the comparison to be. It's like comparing Reggie Watt to LT. They play 2 different positions because TJ Watt will drop back into coverage. Myles Garrett's a straight edge rusher.
Yep. Right. Absolutely, 100%. Right. They also play a 3-4 versus 4-3.
Credit to Dave on that. That is the best comparison I've heard.
Yeah, ever. But still,
that's a good point. That's a good
pound
point.
for pound. I don't like so. We have guys like Myles Garrett. He's supposed to be a game record, right? But when we always sit here as Browns fans and we do it with hand the ball off to Chubb. Well, what if Chubb can't do it right now?
Chubb never let me down, Zach.
Yeah, he has. He definitely has. There have been times
I don't recall. I know. Listen, right. I can count on.
Right, that's enough from that.
Yeah, there he is.
I can count on one hand how many times Chubb let me down. On Myles Garrett, I got a wish list. I got a Santa Claus list on a scroll.
Chubb
how many times he let me down?
But then you have. But okay, so, fine. You can have your opinion. The point is like you have to look at this through. We sit there and go, where's Myles Garrett? Where's Myles Garrett? We spend a shit ton of money on Denzel Ward, and he gets burned all the time, too. We get Greg Newsome, who what was he? Second-round draft pick. He's getting some money. We spent all this money on Juan Thornhill. Where the hell was he? I mean, are we going to start holding these guys accountable as well? Are we going to start holding accountable Dalvin Tomlinson, who was basically irrelevant during the Houston Texans game? Are we going to start holding accountable Shelby Harris, who we spent money on as well? Are we going to start showing Zadarius Smith? We spent a pretty penny on for 1 year, and the guy was absent for the last 6 games. You'd think getting double teamed with the rate that Myles Garrett's getting double teamed, that Zadarius Smith would have had at least 10 or 15 sacks, right?
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Okay.
But listen, Zach. I don't want to throw out Madden ratings, but none of those guys were 99 in Madden. So I just want to throw that out there for you. That little tidbit.
That's fine. But I mean, Madden's not real life.
Yeah, true. Listen, I didn't even get to my route Mount Rushmore, and y'all already picking it apart.
Yeah, I want to hear the rest of it.
This is the nasty work. Listen, there's a guy from the Cleveland Browns with the nickname The Toe. Y'all like feet? Because Loeb Rosa. Yes. Yes. 9-time Pro Bowler. Are you kidding me? 4-time NFL champ. Are you kidding me? You have an NCAA award named after you for the best kicker in the country. Are you kidding me? Number 76. Guess whose team retired that jersey? The Cleveland Browns. You guys got a lot of apparel in your room of that team. 76. That's a kicker right there. And he was offensive tackle as well. Okay. So I'm also going to throw in Joe Thomas because you guys done took Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas, of course, right? 6-time All-Pro. We all know about that. Unanimous All-American. Where did he play? Nebraska or Wisconsin? One of the teams with the red and white. So I don't even know. It could have been Cornell. It's red and white. That's all I know. So another guy I got to throw in Otto Graham. 10 seasons. Half the time he was a Pro Bowler, 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time NFL champion. And yes, I do count those rings for all of you haters out there. And then, of course, I'm throwing Jim Brown. I'm not even going to take it. But slipping the Myles Garrett in there, it's just I don't know because you win Depoy. I'm off my Myles Garrett train.
I think
now.
Man, I think he needs one more, and he needs to lead the league in sacks for him. Like, I mean, I still think he's
lead a category. Is all I'm saying. A category. Yeah. That's not advanced metrics.
Other than double teams, that's a category.
Advanced metrics on ESPN, Amazon Alexa. That I gotta ask Alexa for that stat.
All right, we're gonna move on because Manny's gonna kill people.
One of those valid ones.
Let's hear it, Jake.
That's why I was saying earlier. I don't think Myles Garrett is there yet. In due time, he has the chance to earn that position. But right now, at this point, February 26, 2024, I don't think he's there on the top 4 in franchise history as of yet. But in due time, yeah.
Okay. Solid. All right. For this next segment, I'm going to list some quarterbacks. And I'm going to let you guys all answer. And I'm going to compare them. Who would you rather have? Okay? You guys ready? All right. We'll start. We'll go Blake. We'll go in order like Blake, Manny. And then we'll go Jake, Max, DM, and then Zach.
Yes.
Okay. First quarterback. Daniel Jones.
Deshaun.
Okay. Manny.
We all have to answer about Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Does the money part matter too?
Yeah, does the money part matter?
Is this?
I mean, they're both getting paid. They both
are getting paid.
Yeah,
Daniel Jones on that friendly contract.
It ain't Deshaun Watson. $40 million isn't
team friendly. Yeah, there's a lot of opt-outs. There's a lot of opt-outs out on his contract for the Giants.
Okay.
And Daniel Jones is fast. He's swift of foot.
He's
I'm just the answer. I'm sorry. No, I picked Deshaun.
Yeah.
Okay. Deshaun.
Yeah.
Max.
I would go Deshaun, but I will say I'm not sure if you guys know my family. I've had Giants season tickets for a long time. I've grew up watching the Giants, so I'm very, very familiar with Daniel Jones' game, watching him every week. I do think it's Deshaun. I do think it's closer than people think, and the way that Daniel Jones' contract is set up is the fact that after this year, they can't get out of it per se, but they can get out of a lot of the money if they just cut him. So it's closer than people think. The money would make it even closer, but I'm not like – the ceiling of Deshaun Watson is one of the best players in the entire world, so I'm not going to even.
What do you think about Tommy DeVito, Max? You a big Tommy DeVito boy?
Tommy
No,
Cutlets.
Tommy.
No, I love it. No, I do.
Me and my son love Tommy Cutlets.
I don't know. I was at one of the games where they played New England, and it was fun. You could tell, but it was not sustainable. That's for sure. But I will take Deshaun Watson every single time. Absolutely.
Heck yeah. About you, DM?
Yeah, I mean the same thing. It's the only thing that makes Daniel Jones even pretty close is the economic impact. But give me Deshaun.
Okay, Zach.
Deshaun.
Okay. Next quarterback, Jared Goff. Blake.
Again, like what Max said, like Deshaun's ceiling is like best player in the league. I think I'm going to go to Deshaun, but it's really close right now.
That's closer. I can feel these are getting progressively harder, and I will put aside my fandom on one of these, but this is not the one. I'm taking Deshaun.
I agree as well because of Deshaun's potential and stuff. We've not seen what we want to see this year, but who knows what could happen in the 2024 season. So I'm going to stick with him for now.
Tough. I would go to Sean too. It's tough. I watch Goff and I see the areas he improves into because he's came into the league. He could sling the ball. His big thing, he can't throw against the blitz. He had 2 really, really good back-to-back games in the playoffs, Tampa, San Francisco, where he destroyed the blitz. Like you see the improvement again, I can't take him over a guy who could just run the NFL if he's playing at his best. So I'll go to Sean.
Okay. DM.
Yeah, for me, it's not as close as I think it is for you guys. I mean, Goff being over 30, right at the point to where, I mean, he's playing the best football of his career right now. You don't know how long that's going to last. So I'll take Deshaun over Goff.
Zach.
Deshaun.
Sean. Okay. So the next quarterback.
Gosh.
You guys ready for this one?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson.
Oh,
Deshaun.
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 Raise your hand if we just move on to the next quarterback with Russ.
Yeah, I'm in on
Deshaun.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence.
Deshaun.
Ooh.
Deshaun.
Now-
I think Trevor Lawrence is way overrated.
Okay.
I want to come to the defense of Trevor Lawrence because wasn't he doing well in the beginning of the season?
Yeah,
He
no,
was.
Did anyone know what happened in the middle of the season? Like a certain player in the wide receiver room went out named Christian Kirk, and then all of a sudden Trevor Lawrence didn't do so well. I'm trying to come to the defense of him a little bit, and
Seems honestly, I like that you said that because it gives me the same. It gives me the exact same effect of like the excuses that we all did with Baker Mayfield. Well, he didn't have his wide receiver. Oh, he didn't have his tight end.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't have this. He didn't have this.
true.
Trevor
That was
Lawrence
just
has what been in the
family.
league 3 years.
Zach with facts.
Well, he's
Fact.
been here 3 years.
True.
And yeah, you're right, dude. He was slinging it early on, but
Yeah.
this has been his. I mean, even at Clemson, this is what he does. Is he has games where he just looks great, and then he has games where he is just gone. And like
Yeah.
They
for
were
me, I
predicted to
think
go to the Super Bowl this year.
yeah,
This
and
past year.
Yeah.
I think you look at someone like Deshaun who has proven what he can be
Mm.
and what he probably, hopefully, will get back to. But Trevor Lawrence is still, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather, especially with where our team is now, you got to go with a guy who I kind of know what I'm getting.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is way better than Baker Mayfield, though. Like if we had
No,
Trevor Lawrence in 2020,
Dude,
I mean,
by
like,
far, I'm just
beating the Chiefs.
saying it's the same thing that like it's
Oh, I
Russell
see.
Wilson. Well, you know what I'm saying, Russell Wilson. Well,
Yeah.
you didn't have this. You didn't have. It's like guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah, I'll
Baker
take
had a
Deshaun.
better year than he gets credit for last year.
No, he had a
Yeah.
great year.
Is
Fantastic.
Baker one of the
Better year
names
than
you're going to add in
Mahomes.
here,
He had a
KFC?
better year than Josh Allen.
I
He had a
can't
better year than
confirm or
Jalen
deny
Hurts.
that.
Yeah,
But,
better year than Lamar
just
Jackson
do me.
as well. Just a little-
So Jake, let's hear it. Trevor Lawrence.
I'm
Deshaun
sticking with
Watson.
Deshaun. I'm sticking with Deshaun. I agree with everything that Manny said on that or whoever it was that said he was overrated. I'm going with Deshaun.
Okay. Max.
I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence. I think Lawrence is 4 years younger. I think he's shown he can play at the level that Deshaun Watson can play at. Granted, he hasn't done it as much or as often. He's been in the league for this is going to be his fourth year now. His first year was that disastrous dumpster fire with Urban Meyer. So, like, he's had 2 years under sustainable coaching. I don't know. I think what you watched last season, like you guys talked about, he was slinging it the first half of the year. Second half of the year, not only does he lose Christian Kirk, he is injured for the majority of the second half of the year,
yeah.
and it was a knee injury.
That's true.
So
That's
he wasn't
true.
the same. And I think a big part of his game is his ability to run. And he extends plays. He does it really well. He kind of lost it a little bit in the second half of the year. I think there's very little that separates them at their best, I think. I think Deshaun Watson is better at his best, but I think there's very little that separates them at their best, and I will take the guy that's 4 years younger, to be honest with you.
I like the honesty. I like the honesty.
It's tough. But
It's
yeah,
tough.
Lawrence
It's tough.
is a really good player. He's a really good player.
Dude.
Zach's right. It sounds like Baker Mayfield all over again.
Yeah,
It
the
really does.
upside with Trevor Lawrence is obviously way more than what it is with Baker Mayfield. I think we've
Yo,
seen
by
Baker
far,
at
he's
his
better
best.
prospect. Oh yeah.
I don't think it's close. I think you take Trevor Lawrence over Deshaun Watson. Now, if you're asking us this the day we made the trade for Deshaun Watson, if we would take Trevor Lawrence over Deshaun Watson, every one of us would say, nope, we're gonna We're going to take
We'll
Deshaun
take
Watson
Deshaun.
and see what he's
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
2 years, I've seen enough. Yes, his ceiling still could be hit. He still could get to the elite level. But right now, 2 years in, I'm taking Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
That second half of that Ravens that game, right before, that was him. Like that, he was prime Deshaun Watson. That was it.
One half.
But I think gradually over, because think about it. Listen, we went 5-1 with the guy. Okay, I mean the guy's he's clearly a winner. Now, I think a big issue with what a lot of people see out of him is like, okay, well, he's not the guy in Houston. Well, I mean, the guy has when you skip basically 2 years of football. I mean, it's a lot of football.
Dude, he's not even close to the guy in Houston. That's the problem.
He's not right
he's
now.
Not 70% of the guy in Houston.
But he also, the guy in Houston was running a spread offense. They were running, these. Just throw the football up and see what happens. I mean, you have to remember, I think the year that he had like a crazy QBR and stuff like that, the year where he was like the leading QBR, leading completion percentage, he still had some interceptions in timely situations that you were like, okay, that was kind of a stupid throw. Now, he didn't have the talent that he needed to have, but I think that in the offense that's catered now, that Stefanski has, and that, I think hopefully what Dorsey will do is I think they'll bring more of what makes him special out of him. He just got to stay healthy.
Yeah. I think they showed him what Joe Flacco. I think Deshaun Watson can do exactly what Joe Flacco did last year. And I think they were very happy that Joe Flacco was out there showing Deshaun Watson what that's supposed to look like. And hopefully Deshaun Watson takes that to heart, learns to play with his back to that offensive line, because he's going to have to. He's going to have to sell that play action pass to be successful.
Yeah. See, the only thing with that Joe Flacco comparison is like, I don't want Deshaun to play that way is because Joe Flacco turned the ball over a ton.
He was a turnover machine.
I mean, for every 2 touchdowns he would throw, he'd throw a pick. Let's be real. I mean, there were some throws like you're just like, okay, this dude's just out here chucking it. Like
I will tell you though,
like old school gunslinger.
He was slinging it, dude.
I do think you got to give some of it though credit, because a lot of those, like some of them. Listen, that offensive line this year. I mean, that was the worst offensive line we've had in, probably 4 or 5 years. I mean, it's been bad.
Well, the worst tackle.
Now a lot of that is health.
Pay $60 million for the front three. So
I mean, a lot of it's health oriented, and I think also one of them was a draft bust that nobody saw coming. But I think a big part of it too is I don't mind the interceptions that he threw, because they were basically punts. They were on 3rd and something. He was throwing the ball as far as he could, and it intercepted. Like, all right, whatever. Like, because our defense.
He turned the ball in the red zone many times.
Well, there was a couple. There was, if we're talking about just the playoff game,
2 pick sixes.
Yeah, the playoff game, that was bad. But I'm talking about the regular season, like the Jets game. I can recall there was one he threw in the end zone. Like, I was like, who cares? We're up 15 right now, anyways. It doesn't really matter. Like, but we had such a good defense that I think that it didn't really affect us. But if we have a poor defense, then I mean, that could be a serious issue.
Yeah. So this next quarterback, you guys ready for this one?
Yep.
I don't know.
Geno Smith.
Come on.
All right, are we moving on to the next one? Raise your hand.
Yeah, I'm anti-Geno. I'm with you.
Okay.
Oh, man, he said no. Hold on.
No, I'm sorry. I delayed. I was lagging, bro. I was like, bro, wait, Geno?
Hey, I'm just throwing names out there.
All right.
I'm just throwing names that I saw on a list that were listed better than Deshaun. So,
okay. Can I ask one quick question? If we had Deshaun, do we win more playoff games than we did with Joe?
I think we win
better shot. I think we have a better shot.
Oh, better shot for sure. Yep.
It's hard. The only reason I'm saying it's hard because we really did get cooked by the Texans. Like, it's not something like offensively. Like, we just got.
What's scary? Did you guys see that? Did you see that video on the sideline of D'Amico Ryans talking to Greenland or whatever his name was?
Yeah.
And he's like, sit back in this area and just wait. Ball's going to come to you. The fact
Harris.
that what scares Harris, that's what it was. What scared me about that is the fact that D'Amico Ryan's a special, but the fact that somebody can call that out as that's going to happen before it actually does, that's got to be like, I wouldn't be able to. Wrong. Well, I wouldn't be able to sleep if I was Kevin Stefanski, seeing that, being like, "Oh crap, I'm cooked."
I think some of that is too because we just went into Houston and thudded them like 4 weeks before that.
Yeah, true.
So he was in his bag. He's like, we gotta get revenge. So they
were
up
without
all night.
CJ though. You know what I mean? Like
that was.
Of course, you're gonna cook Case Keenum. Like we know Case Keenum. Kevin Stefanski knows Case Keenum.
Dude, CJ played amazing that game. That kid made some throws that were outstanding.
In the face of pressure, it was insane.
Big pressure.
I really wish we got a sack or two.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let me not say it. Anyway, but like I don't know where we would have got a sack from. I don't know, like if we had a defensive player of the year or something. But like I think we probably would have won that game. Yeah. If we had Deshaun, we would have been more prepared, I think. But that was just my thought.
So here's the last quarterback I'm gonna ask. You ready?
Oh my
Matthew
God.
Stafford.
Dude.
Who wrote this article that you're reading?
I'm taking Deshaun Watson just because he's younger and
starting the 2024 season and you're just go Super Bowl or bust.
Dude, I'm not taking Matt Stafford because I hate to say it, but like, look at what he was in Detroit and look what Jared Goff is now. Like, Jared Goff. It could in time could end up being
completely different teams.
Yeah, those are two different teams.
Those are completely different teams.
I'm just saying is Matt Stafford went into a Rams team that was loaded. I mean, loaded. If you didn't win, we have a lot of talent on our team, but we're not loaded. I mean, we got some positions that we need to seriously upgrade. They had, well, what do you do against a team like that? And then you give a guy Matt Stafford, who's not a bad quarterback. I don't think he's bad at all, but I'm taking Deshaun over him.
Matt Stafford turned Puka Nacua into a fantasy football night. Matt Stafford had Tutu Atwell. What college did Tutu Atwell go to? I'll Venmo you $50 and a coupon to Giant Food Mart if you tell me where Tutu Atwell went to college. Matt Stafford did that. And with an injured Cooper Kupp, came back and went to the playoffs with the ashes of Aaron Donald. So before you just walk right over Matt Stafford's name, talk about Tutu Atwell, Zach.
It's Louisville.
I'm good.
So you're taking Matthew Stafford.
No, he's still taking
that. Gosh.
See, hey, Jake.
Right now, you got to take Deshaun. You just do. We're in it this far already, so I'm just going to stick with who we've got. There's no use in me picking someone else at this point.
Max.
Not going to lie, when you said the two names, I said Stafford without hesitation. Like, I saw what he did last year. I saw what he did 2 years ago before he got hurt. I saw what he did 3 years ago in the Super Bowl. Like, I honestly don't think there are many quarterbacks just in the NFL that are playing better than him. But I would trust him to take this current Browns team farther. I think if you want to make that comparison, I would trust him to operate that offense better. He's done it before. The throws he was making this year, and Manny, like you talked about, the players he was throwing it to, because this was not the same Cooper Kupp. He was injured for the back half of the season. Puka Nacua is very talented. It's not, don't get that twisted. But again, not as talented as that 1,500-yard season would probably show you. Like, some of the throws he was making were incredible, like unbelievable. He had a great game against the Lions in the playoffs. He makes some of the best throws in the NFL without anybody saying anything. And I would just trust him if I'm making this comparison, to step in and take this Browns team farther than Deshaun Watson would. I trust the leadership. I trust the talent for sure. And even if you're looking at the ceilings of both of these players, I think they're super comparable too. So I would go Stafford.
Okay. Do you?
Yeah, I take Stafford too, but it was only because of what you just said, Christian. When you said it's like a one season run to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I would take Stafford in a minute in that scenario. I don't think I would take Stafford flopping player for player right now at their current age and contract. But for a 1 year run at the Super Bowl, I'm taking Stafford in a heartbeat for a lot of the reasons that Max and Manny said.
Okay, Zach. Well, Zach kind of went already, but we'll let you say it again.
No, I'm just taking. It's purely because of the age. I'm taking Deshaun. Like I personally am one of those people where I would rather have longevity of success than just one Super Bowl back into the dark ages. Because I don't want to watch a team go win one and then, God forbid, say Stafford's done the next year. He's like, all right, I'm hanging it up. Then what do we do?
I'm lit. I don't care. I want a Super Bowl.
I'm buying a Lombardi.
But it's one. What's better than one?
Two. But like, if
what's
you
better
give me,
than two?
Listen. There's T-shirts out there that say one before I die, not 2 or 3. I just want one, Zach. So if you give me one,
I'm cool.
We'll get that shirt on,
I'm cool with.
Yeah, I need to go find that.
I'd rather make the Browns into the modern day Patriots, man.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? This is a quick question for you, for the panel, since we're on this discussion. Would you rather have it be like the 49ers, where you just keep going to the Super Bowl and the NFC Championship or the AFC Championship game, but you never win anything, or would you rather win a Super Bowl and then be done? Like seriously, because this will help me figure out where you guys are, where your brain cells are at, because I'm trying to figure out what.
Honestly, I don't know. I think for me, I'd probably go with the Niners, and the only reason I would go with the Niners is because I've seen enough. I've seen it in all different sports. I mean, I've seen it with the Cavs. I've seen it with so many times where eventually you're going to get multiple. I mean, Colorado Avalanche in hockey did it multiple times. They got there, and then they get over the hump. Eventually, you get over the hump. I'm not saying that, I don't think the Niners are done. Like, I think people are gonna, I think they are gonna win one within the next year or so. Like, they're a very good team.
Max, can you tell me what you're thinking?
I would rather have a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Max, so explain, Max. Dive a little. Sprinkle that. Let me hear.
I don't know. You're saying, hold on. Let me make sure I understand your question. You're saying one and done, so that means that it never happens again.
Yeah. I'm saying like 20 years. You win one Super Bowl 20 years.
20
would
years.
you rather be the Buffalo Bills back in the day when they went to 4 Super Bowls and lost, or would you rather be the Rams that won one and then absolutely exploded the team? Is that what you're asking?
Yes. I mean, I thought the Rams would be a good scenario, but then they got to the playoffs, right, very short after. But imagine they didn't get to the playoffs. That's what I'm talking about. You just all in. You bring everybody. You bring Max's boy Odell Beckham Jr. in for 1 year. You bring him back, and you go to the Super Bowl, but you never see the Lombardi for another 20 years. But that's what I'm saying. And Max, you're saying you want to get a Super Bowl.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, but then we're gonna be 20 more years of people on.
But we got a ring.
20 more
We got a
years.
ring,
That's 20 more season ticket invoices I got to pay every freaking year. No, hell no. I want more success. That's a lot of damn money.
Blake, what do you say? I got it.
I just want a ring, bro.
Yeah.
Come on. Give me the bling, please.
Give me the bling. I don't want to keep just going to these championship games and then
gotten to a
nothing.
Championship game. We haven't even gotten there yet, dude.
Exactly.
So we got to get there eventually. So here's the question: would you rather get to the first round and be bounced, or get to the AFC Championship once and then done for the next 20 years?
Listen, I'll continuously go to the playoffs.
Many.
Okay. No, it's kind of like the Cavs.
That's like the Steelers, bro. That's like the Steelers.
It's like the
recently,
Cavs.
bro.
Listen. It's like the Cavs, 2016. You go all out. You win a championship, most historic championship ever in NBA history, and then Brown leaves 2 years later.
Yep,
blows up.
That's a good
And
example.
I mean, they have a chance at it this year, but
Are you guys happy with that? Are you guys happy with
hold
it with a
How
Cavs
many
chip?
times?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How many
Yeah.
times did they get there?
3 times.
4, I think.
3 or
4
4
in a row.
Who?
How many
And
times?
one.
Okay.
One
Oh,
championship.
we won't. That's different than saying I would rather just win one championship and the next year be just dismantled, done.
Yeah, but it's
Because
harder
then-
to get to a Super Bowl, I would say.
I can't
It's
find
rare.
myself.
How many
even
quarterbacks?
caring.
How many quarterbacks?
I'm just
in the
saying,
last
it's like
30 years
if you guys
have
want
won
just
more than
one
2.
Pat
over the last
Mahomes
30 years,
and Tom
Pat
Brady.
Mahomes, Tom Brady,
Peyton.
Peyton Manning,
had 2.
Eli
Peyton had
Manning.
2.
Peyton only won
2.
2.
Yeah, more
Yeah,
than
so they have
Good
2, right? Okay, but how many times did they get to the NFC Championships, or how many times did they get to the AFC Championships? They were there almost every single time.
That's not fair. Thomas was always there, bro. I can't.
You know,
say
like
that, but
that's
so
my
there's only
point. Is
2
like
guys.
I don't. Me like if you're at the front office of an organization and your job is to say, okay, I'm going to bring you a Super Bowl, and then your job's not done for the next 10 years. You don't get to just sit there like Al Lerner and Randy Lerner and be like, you know what? We'll just make some money off of this team that goes 0-16 for the next 10 years, because then we're going to be sitting right here again, all arguing about what the next thing that we have to do is to get back to where we were doing.
I'm not
Because
trying to
that's
be,
what the Steelers are.
I'm not trying to be like mean to us as Browns fans, but like we're the Browns. So if we won a Super Bowl here, I'm pretty sure the front office would sign extensions for the next 10 years and still be here.
Listen.
Yeah,
if
and
we
we
win
would
the
I'm not
Super
gonna.
Bowl,
If you're the Steelers, that's
people
why that's why the Steelers are going through what they're going through, right? Because when this guy left, don't ask me why I have the magazine, but when that guy left, right? I mean, they're afraid of a losing season. They don't even. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe we didn't go to the. And they just stopped. Did they go to the playoffs?
Yeah, they snuck
Yeah,
it.
they got.
So I'm thinking in my head, it's like, and they're upset with that. Ask a Steelers fan; they hate their team right now. They hate Kenny
They
Pickett.
almost fired Mike
And
Tomlin
that's-
over a
they almost-
9-8
that's-
season.
And they went to the playoffs, Dave.
But that's my point. Is that these teams have such high ceilings and expectations for those.
Yeah, but we're not them. We're the Browns.
Why not? Why can't
Yeah.
we be them?
Because it's
The
1945.
Browns are the Browns.
If the Browns win a Super Bowl, people will be drunk in the Muni lot for 3 years straight. It'll be a nonstop party.
But-
Cleveland's revenue.
See,
will
I don't
shoot
want
through the
just.
sky.
I don't want just
No,
one.
but
It'll
Super
become
Bowl. I
the
want.
capital
I
of
want,
Ohio,
I want
maybe the
multiple.
country.
You know what it is, Zach? You know what it is? Because I know your stance on if we should have a dome or not. And I know you.
No, I
love
actually don't care
weather.
either way.
Oh,
I don't care.
Listen,
Put a dome on.
that's not what I remember you saying. I know you
Oh.
want to stay outside.
I
Why do you have
used
that?
to.
I didn't see
I
any
used
darks in
to.
that magazine. I'm sorry.
I used to.
All right.
Doesn't mind buying championships.
well,
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
MC's
So
dropping
we'll
them.
We'll table that
break this up
conversation.
over here. Yeah. So before we end this here in the next few minutes, we've got some more topics here. We've talked enough about free agents. We'll skip that one for this episode. Combine is coming up here fairly quickly. Who is one guy in the combine that you're excited to see his combine stats? See how he performs.
I got multiple, but
I was gonna.
Are
say
they?
Marvin
Do they?
Harris.
Oh, sorry. Do they have to be on the like? Could it be any player, like even if they're drafted in the top 10, or do you mean it has to be somebody that the Browns can acquire?
It's up to you, man.
Oh,
It's your
okay.
world.
Okay. So if there's any college player, then yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
So mine's Xavier Worthy. I'm excited to see what he does because I think that dude's gonna go in there and he's gonna run probably like a 4.3 something. Dude's insane. I want him on the Browns so bad. Give me that horns up. I'll throw him up for him one time. Horns up. Give me Xavier Worthy. Okay, we'll go Max. Let's hear it.
I am fascinated by Spencer Rattler. I think that's a quarterback that is going to be I don't know if he'll go day 2, but an early day 3 guy that I think people kind of discount because of his size. And I think he's more athletic than people think. I think throws a great ball, but I think he's more athletic than people think. He could catch a couple eyes if we're talking purely at the combine, the athletic stuff. He is going to throw. I did see that today, so you'll see some of that too. But Rattler's a guy that's been flying under the radar, finished the season really well. I think he's going to sneak up some people's draft boards.
Yeah, he's 2-0 versus my Cats. I'm not very happy about that.
Yeah.
So, Blake, let's hear it.
Is it okay if I name like a couple? Or do I have
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
do.
Go ahead.
Well, for the Browns, I really like Junior Colson from Michigan. He is just like JOK, dude. He is a ball hawk. He can play anywhere, inside, outside. I'm ready to see his 40 time. It might be 4.4, 4.3. He is fast, really fast. And then I like Esme from Notre Dame, the running back. He is a hard-nosed runner, 5'11", 227. Dude, he will run straight downhill, run you over. Nick Chubb Jr. And then I got your boy from Kentucky. I don't know if he's going to be in the combine or not, but Ray Davis. He is lightning fast. Lightning fast.
Wait, baby, Ray.
Ray Davis speed.
Yeah.
We're talking about.
But I also like Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin's going to be fast too.
Oregon.
I'm ready to see 40s. I love the 40
Oh,
yard
yeah.
dash.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sean Watts.
I'm excited to see who lied about their height. Because it always happens. There'll be these guys who
always
like,
happens.
listed at 6'5".
I mind they got him at
6'1".
6'3". Troy Franklin's at 6'3".
It's like dudes trying to impress girls.
And he
It's
runs like a slot
I'm
receiver,
6'5".
He's deadly.
You're like 5'9". All right, Dave, let's hear yours.
Yeah, I would say Leggett and then Franklin too would probably be the 240s I want to see.
Okay, sweet. Jake?
I do like the Ray Davis pick for Blake. And to go off of Blake also, Blake Corum. I still like him.
I have him here too.
I'll still like him. I think he would make a good addition in Cleveland. I think getting an extra running back would help us in the event that we do not get Kareem Hunt back. But one player that he's not one that I'm wanting Cleveland to get, although if we do get him, I won't be mad. We don't necessarily need this position, but I think he's already been discounted because of his size, and I just want to see him succeed as a player, and that's Brock Bowers from Georgia. A lot of people are already discounting him because he's too small, but he is a workhorse. The man works his tail off, and I think wherever he goes, he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. That may not be Cleveland. I hope it's not Pittsburgh or Baltimore because I want to root for the guy. But he's one surprise player that I will be a closet fan for in the NFL next year.
He'll be a top 10 pick. He'll be a top 10 pick.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be a top 10 pick.
He's corn-fed. He's corn-fed.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Bengals trading up for him. I wouldn't be surprised.
Don't tell me that.
The Bengals would love.
They need a tight end, dude.
They
He's
need
going
one bad.
Yeah.
They need one bad.
Dang it.
How about you, Zach?
Sorry. Honestly, I was gonna say Marvin Harrison Jr., but I got that. But I don't know if you guys saw the news today about how he's not going to be doing a pro day. He's not going to be at the combine. He's not.
And neither is Caleb Williams.
Which, I mean, some people are like saying that it's like this terrible. Oh, how could he? It's going to hurt his stock. The guy's going to go top. I mean, he's going to the Cardinals.
He don't need to do a damn.
He's not. He's that dude.
Anything.
But just to watch, like, I want to see the guys like Keon Coleman and Rome Odunze and some of those guys that are being compared to Marvin Harrison, just because be interesting to see like how close these guys are to some of these other athletes. I'm really interested in seeing Blake Corum. I just want to see, because the guy I know he's like listed at like 5'9". He looks like he's like 5'8". 5'7", like he looks little.
Yeah.
And if he is that small, it reminds me of something like the Deuce Vaughn situation, where I just think like, listen, in college you can get away with it, but in the pros, like, everything's a little different. And for me, I don't know. I want to see his combine to see if he's the real deal.
He runs so much bigger.
He reminds me of Devin Singletary.
That's who they compare him to?
That's who I compare him to.
Oh, okay.
He reminds me a little bit more
He's
of
got power like Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah, he reminds me of like a powerful Darren Sproles.
He's a bowling ball, dude.
Yeah.
Solid. What about you, Manny?
I'm really interested in 32-year-old Bo Nix. I want to see what that seasoned veteran has. I've seen him in college. He's been in college literally my whole life.
He's actually in NCAA 14.
Which is insane. Is he really? Is that a real thing?
What?
Oh no, you're lying. Oh, you're joking. Okay, I was about to say, bro. I was doing the math in my head. That's a little bit embarrassing.
He'd be like a 10th year senior.
I was like, bro, them COVID years. But obviously, there's JJ McCarthy. Everybody wants to look at him. But Zach touched on Roma Duze, and I was thinking about Malik Neighbors from LSU as well.
He'll be solid.
He'll be really solid. I'm curious about the two. And the two that I'm really curious about is one for hype is Drake May. I don't get the hype. I get Sam Howell vibes. I really do. I don't know what it is. I just do.
Probably because they went to the same
UNC.
school.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, it could be the Tar Heel thing, but
I get a Mitch Trubisky vibes.
Mitch Trubisky vibes.
Same thing.
I just don't
UNC.
like. Every year there's this random guy that for whatever reason gets super hype, and I'm like, bro, where would to me, and I love college football. I just don't see it. I really don't. So
do you think he's better than Caleb Williams?
No, I do not. I do not. Emphatically, I do not. So I think that Caleb Williams is just unfortunately just a product of if he had a better defense at USC, I think they would have been a way better football team. But unfortunately, there's only so much you can do when your defense is giving up 30, 40, 50.
The whole conference is like that. There's no defense in that conference.
No, it's definitely going to change. You're definitely going to have to change if you're coming over to the Big Ten.
You go to the Big Ten.
But my number one guy for the Browns, Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver out of Texas, big guy, tough. I really like him personally. So I love wide receivers. So we can't get enough of them. So create some competition you can.
Yeah. So the final segment of this fun episode. What are the top 5 game day foods for you guys? Like when you're going down, you're about to sit down and watch the Browns play. What's some good grub? We'll let you go first, Dave.
No, you picked me first.
Yeah,
dude, I can't even remember what I had for dinner last night, let alone what we eat for game days. Okay, away game, because I know you go to all the games. It's an away game. You're at the house. You're chilling. What's going to be on the table? So, I mean, honestly, it's a mix, dude. It's really, it could be some crock pot stuff going on, or depending on the weather, it could be on the grill. It could be anything from brats to smoked pork tenderloin.
Yeah,
it's just kind of a mix, man. It's whatever.
Yeah,
we're down for whatever in the old Parrish household, man.
Oh, okay, down for whatever. Okay. What about you? Let's go, Zach.
Chili. Love me some chili. That's what I
like the Cincinnati chili.
No.
Skyline chili.
No. None of that Skyline. No.
Kevin Malone recipe. Kevin Malone chili.
Probably, yeah. Probably more of that.
Do you make it yourself, Zachary?
Yes, absolutely. Nice. And then, nachos. It's stuff like that. It's quick stuff to just eat while you're in sad sorrow and want to cry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your Sunday getting ruined. Yep.
Okay. Let's go, Max.
I think chili is a great call. Chili for sure. Wings are a big one. I'm surprised nobody said.
Oh yeah.
But wings.
Yeah, that's what I'm shocked.
Chili, wings. I've been big, especially recently on the King's Hawaiian buns. Like you get a big pack.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Half, and you can do whatever. Like I do. You can roast beef and cheese. Like you can do deli meat. You can do steak and cheese, like stuff like that.
Sliders.
Those sliders are great. Yeah, yep. I love those. Crock pot stuff, great stuff. Love the mac and cheese. Yep. Can't go wrong with any type of chips and dip either, whether it's tortilla chips or potato chips. Can't go wrong.
Facts. Bet you, Blake.
Guys, to be honest, I can't eat anything during these games. I am so stressed out.
Fair enough.
I can't even drink beer. I can't drink liquor. I'm literally drinking a water. You can ask my buddy Tyler. I don't drink anything. I don't eat anything. I'm sitting there, eyes on the game, stressed out. Like, I don't know. I just can't do it. I can't eat while watching. Yeah, I'm literally eating my fingernails. That's what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
That's what's up.
Let's hear it, Jake.
I'm going to steal Dave's answer. It's usually a variety, and I sometimes stress eat when we're losing and make bad decisions or bad play calls or something. I go straight to the refrigerator and get something to calm my nerves down. But it's usually a variety.
Heck yeah. What about you, Manny?
I gotta go mozzarella sticks to start. You know, I like the crunchy outside, soft center. That's why I like the Nerds clusters that they came out with. I'm a Max. Shout out to Max with the wings. I'm going boneless wings because my orthodontist said that I got the teeth of a 3-year-old, so I can't get the bone. You know what I mean? So pigs in a blanket.
You can't get the bone.
Pigs in a blanket. Well done. Wrap that bad boy in the Pillsbury croissant. You know what I mean? That got to be done well. I'm getting pizza, Papa John's, because I don't support local restaurants clearly, and I really don't care. Papa John's all the way. I love Papa John's. They just opened up a Krispy Kreme down the highway from me in Philadelphia. So in the Philadelphia area, so they got a Krispy Kreme, and I'll bring some donuts, some glazed donuts. Knock down 3 or 4 of those, and regret it tomorrow.
Heck yeah. See, I mean, I think everybody's had a good option except chili. That's hitting the road for me.
Really?
Gotta go chili.
Wow.
Bro, no,
Zach's like, I've been
be on the toilet
all night.
The chili thing though. Listen, the chili thing. It's like a personal thing. Like when I was younger, like because if it has beans in it, I can't do it. Anything with beans, I can't do because like I saw one time when I was younger, I saw my mama gumming on some beans without her teeth in, and it's just yeah. So it's just scarred.
That'll probably do it for me as well.
What you got against people without teeth?
Nothing, man. Just don't be gumming on some beans.
Stop it, Dave. Listen, I'm telling you right now. You ever seen them national things? They talking and their dentures fall out by mistake, bro. Their whole lip folds over.
We are all inclusive here. If you want to gum beans out there, you can gum beans.
Bro.
Okay, but I'm going pizza. I'm going wings. Every once in a while, you gotta have a little taco in there. The pigs in a blanket. That's solid. Some chicken. Can't go wrong with some chicken.
Can't go wrong.
Fried chicken. KFC. Right down the road.
KFC. Is Taco Bell an option? The Crunchwrap Supreme?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He's
Quick, like when you're running
20s,
late.
dude. Taco Bell's always an option.
Yeah, when you're leaving church a little bit late, service went good. It's a little bit later. Gotta get something quick. Go Taco Bell. Go to the house. Watch the game.
You don't have to worry about your body. You can eat whatever. Just get it.
Chipotle from that trade box. Yeah.
Tyler said, "Of course, KFC goes chicken."
Thanks for being on, Max. Blake, welcome to the party.
Yeah, man.
Dude, this has been electric. This has been one of the most fun podcasts I've had in a minute.
Absolutely,
like just being on here. Yeah. It's been fun.
So, please follow Max at Loeb's Leads on all the socials. Big presence on there. Blake, once again, welcome to the squad. It's been great having you. Like we're so excited. We're so excited to continue this going for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, before we go, go check Homage out. Greatest t-shirts in all of the country. Absolutely. When they were on the moon, they had Homage t-shirts on. The president wears them every day. Yeah. It's just a fact. I mean, it's not in writing. It's not confirmed, but I confirmed it.
Taylor Swift wore to one of her concerts.
Yeah,
these are fake facts
all the time.
These are fake facts
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And as always, go Browns!
Go Browns! Go Browns!